Well, Canada is celebrating its 150th birthday, and about $200,000 of taxpayer funds has gone into the rental of this thing. I know what you're thinking, folks. What the duck? Evidently, this is costing $200,000 of taxpayer money.
It's worth people.
It's worth it?
Yes, of course.
Oh.
Because it's an attraction. People want something change, new, novelty. Good.
I love the duck. I totally love it, but I think that I don't agree in paying for it.
Oh, no way. Actually, I've talked to a couple of friends about this, and a lot of people are not happy anywhere. They would never, ever put money into this.
You can't interact with the rubber duck. You can't play with the rubber duck. What's the point of a rubber duck if you can't have it like in bath time, right? So.
And you think in the whole scheme of what the city spends, I don't know that $250,000 is too extreme, but it's really a nice project for us to have.
Waste of the money, you know.
Hey, you live once. There's a lot of ways in which the government wastes money. This isn't the worst.
What do you think a giant rubber duck has to do with Canadian Confederation?
No idea. That's a great question. There, we have the loon, and I don't see the big, they're both birds, but duck and Canadian Federation, the whole 150 thing, I just don't think it blends together.
Well, you never know who you're going to meet down at the waterfront when an enormous $200,000 taxpayer-funded rubber duck shows up. And here we have Christine Van Dyne from the Canadian Taxpayer Federation. Christine, is your heart still beating right now?
I mean, I almost had a heart attack when I heard what the government spent on this duck. The big bill isn't just the one you see on the duck's face over there. It's the one they stuck the taxpayers with when they decided to rent something that has zero connection to our country or to our community. And frankly, I think that this duck has become symbolic of the wasteful attitudes of the Kathleen Wynne government. This duck is actually allegedly a knockoff of an original Dutch duck.
Well, wait a minute, you mean this isn't even the original giant rubber duck?
This is allegedly the knockoff of the original duck. The original creator said that if the government of Ontario had just contacted him, he would have given the original duck for just a fraction of what we paid for this one. So it seems when it comes to wasting money, the government here in Ontario can't even get that right.
And with Lee Perel, the co-producer of the Red Path Waterfront Festival. And Lee, say it ain't so. $200,000 for a giant rubber duck rental?
Boy, that's a good first question. I wasn't expecting that.
We got a grant to bring the duck here that covered not only the rental of the duck, but the fencing, the pontoon, and the barge that it's on, the towboat, the crane, the forklift, the extra porta potties, the extra security. So it's all that together is the grant that we got from the government to be able to bring the duck as a wonderful extra program to an already existing program.
Now, Lee, we were speaking earlier with a lady with the Canadian Taxpayers Federation, and she said that this is actually a replica of the original, the genuine world's largest rubber duck, and the owner of the genuine world's largest rubber duck said he could have supplied that for cheaper than the counterfeit one. What do you have to say about that?
She's wrong. I'm sorry. She's wrong. I can only say that. There is no. I have the trademark papers for this duck. This is the world's largest rubber duck. Okay. Mr. Hoffman does provide sketches for people if they want to build their own. Okay. He doesn't even have his own. Oh. He creates the sketches for a smaller version than this, okay. and no one can own the patent to a rubber duck. The rubber duck has been around long before you and I were around. Nobody can own that.
So this one's actually bigger than the one on paper?
Yes, it is.
Does size matter?
I think so, because I got the world's largest.
But tell me, at the end of the day, Lee, what does a giant rubber duck, whether it's the genuine article or the knockoff, have to do with Canadian Confederation?
Well, we would have loved a loon, and we looked into making a loon. Astronomically expensive. It was going to cost us hundreds and hundreds of $1,000s in 8 to 10 months. We couldn't afford it or the time. So we knew about the duck. It's never been to Canada. We already had the Royal Canadian Navy, the West Coast Lumberjack Show, the Rhythm of the Nation. We had our Canadiana programming, and we thought, why not have something fun, unique, and big, and bring it here just so everybody can have another thing that's going to be just wonderful for the event. Do I think without the duck we would have the same kind of economic impact as we're going to have with the duck? No, I do not think so.
By the way, does it do anything, or does it just like sit there?
Just makes you want to smile. it just, that's what it is.
For the Rebel.media, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Like what you just saw, then click subscribe below and never miss another Rebel video.